the Pod Network Entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, our musical guest. Yee! Alam mo yung natatawa ako? Ako rin naman yung kakanta pero kinikilig ako.
Kinikilig ka rin sa kanta mo nga. Parang wow, okay.
So,
I am
our
the singer and the fan club.
Well, that's basically my life in a nutshell.
Well, sabi nga nila, diba? You have to love yourself before others can love you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, our musical guest, ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Jungkook.
Wow.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday week. Monday, Tuesday, Tama. Alam mo yun? Konting ano naman. Sakto na yung kaya. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 7 week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Alam mo, sino ba si Jungkook? Ikaw ako. Di ba ako? Every hour, every minute, every second, you know, night after night, I'll be loving you right. Right?
Okay, yeah. Tama naman. Pero bakit 70s?
Oh, hello.
What?
It's a Wick.
John Wick. Oh, and he's not even here.
It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is one Wick. Juan Wick. John Wick.
Oh, God.
Kasi diba, Juan sounds like Juan, which is Spanish for John.
We'd
Wick.
like to introduce our next guest, Deep Blue Something.
Hello? Oh, meron pang isang guest, ha?
She said, I think my breakfast at Tiffany. She said, I think I remember that film. Oh, you're probably asking, bakit breakfast at Tiffany? Si Tiffany is Caucasian. Therefore, ano yung breakfast niya usually? Continental!
Nakakairita.
Kala mo,
Nakakairita. Pero natatawa ko kasi like the Continental is a hotel, right? Before we jump into it. Pero kasi meron talaga tayong the hotel Intercontinental.
Yes.
Diba? So parang wala lang. It's a nice little
You know
twist
what? I
on
actually wouldn't be surprised if there's like a real Continental hotel. Let's see.
Baka wala. Ano yung Continental na ano?
Meron
yung
ng Continental hotel.
What's that brand? Is that like a car thing? Yung parang
It's a car tire.
Car tire.
Yeah.
There you go.
There is a Continental hotel.
But FYI, I love Continental breakfast. It's one of my favorites. Like when I was younger and we would travel, kasi when my dad was alive.
Wow, may breakfast na. Did you have to hunt for food? Then forage?
Alam mo yung pag
look! A woolly mammoth!
Yung woolly mammoth bacon namin. Kasi I remember, I would tell my late father, sabi ko sa kanya, umgawa, me hungry, umgawa. So,
you know what? I was never big on continental breakfasts.
I love it.
I love rice.
Alam mo, before mo, taking a dig again at my age, when we would go to Europe often as a kid. Parang mga high school.
Well,
we
would go to Europe often kasi as a kid.
You know what's so weird? Like,
what a choosy thing to say.
I actually go there more as a kid than I have as an adult. In fact, I've never been to Europe as an adult.
Well, you're a beach person.
Laging
so
when I
I'm
was a
not
kid.
surprised. No.
But yeah, I remember when we were traveling pa as a family. It would always be the entire family.
Right.
Hate ko yung Continental. Kasi nga parang alam mo yon, syempre as a kid sanay ka yung sinangag, yung corned beef. So ganun yung version ko ng breakfast. So when you're in Europe, tas biglang pagdating nyo talaga isa-serve yung breakfast, literally itlog at tinapay.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
ano to?
Where's the rest?
Napakamahal ng hotel na to. Tapos ito lang yung papakainin nyo.
Totoo. Tapos yung alam mo yung for a kid, parang ang corny nung Continental. So growing up, parang it had a negative connotation for me. Pero as I got older na and we started traveling na as adults, yun nga, parang sobrang gusto ko naman na siya. Dati ayoko nung mga fried egg, ganyan. Ngayon naman, it's like I can't have breakfast without fried egg.
Without a fried egg.
Like, I love fried egg. More than scrambled, more than hard-boiled, more than any other preparation.
Hindi mo mahilig sa raw egg?
Yuck! I hate raw egg.
That's what you said the last time.
Okay. When we had breakfast.
How would you like your egg, sir? Yung mamasa-masa pa, please.
Tsaka parang, the last time we ate breakfast together. Kasi, ano isipin nila dun sa, that's not what you said last time.
Kasi kinain mo yung itlog ko. Di ba? Well, it's true. I don't like eggs, so I gave you my egg.
That's true.
That's really what happened.
At saka ako talaga nagpipigil lang ako. Because,
we know.
No! Because di ba pag ano?
You're in a committed relationship. Alam namin lahat na nagpipigil ka lang. You picked the wrong day, buddy!
Kasi, dati, like, no, not dati, like now. Di ba they say you can't eat too many eggs because cholesterol.
Yeah.
My gosh. Like, if I could stuff multiple eggs. You know what I mean? In a non-sleazy way. If I could stuff in my mouth, I would.
Oh.
Like,
but of course, there is a danger of gagging on it. So, obviously, wala.
If you're a beginner. Well, if you're a beginner, maybe. Hindi, tas like another favorite egg of mine.
Yeah.
Itlog ng pugo. Because it's so tasty.
Pogi.
Yun ang the best.
Kaya another favorite lang yung pugo. Kasi yung favorite ko talaga yung pogi.
Hindi. Tapos, alam mo yung parang...
That's a quail egg, right?
Yes. That's what I learned over the weekend.
Sobrang sama daw ng quail egg, di ba? Like in terms of cholesterol.
It's like daw, that tiny little egg has like more or either the same or more cholesterol daw than an actual chicken egg. Yeah. That's what I've heard.
And alam ko so parang you're only supposed to eat it like once a quarter or something. Di ba pag kwe parang hello.
Oo. No, pero one thing that I learned pa about quail eggs. Over the weekend, we were in Palawan. Our caretaker, recently...
When I was young, I used to travel to Europe all the time. And like over the weekend, I was in Palawan. Wow!
Hindi, kasi...
Me, I was in Pansol over the weekend. The hot springs.
Well, they're both pee. Hindi, tapos like, I rode on my horse as I surveyed our property.
Ano ka? White Castle whiskey ad?
So there I was, and then because I was
trotting on your horse.
Our caretaker apparently na dengue yung kid niya a couple of weeks ago. So sabi ko, like kasi medyo malayo yung property namin. Wala sa city eh. Wala malayo, like we're about an hour and a half from Puerto Princesa. So, sabi niya, nadala naman daw nila sa hospital kasi nga parang bumagsak yung platelets and all that.
Yeah.
And then, so sabi ko, so ano yung ginawa ninyo? Ano yung treatment? Alam mo daw, doctors to ha? Sabi niya, pinauwi din daw sila. Tas lang daw, itlog nga ng pogi. Itlog ng pogi.
Daddy, ayoko. Hindi po ako ganun. Hindi po yan yung gender orientation ko at saka preference ko.
Itlog ng pugo lang daw. So
really?
I was like, kasi if you told me na sa dengue lang yan, itlog ng pogi.
Wala na talaga. Stop it with your fixation.
Itlog ng pugo lang yan. I would have believed you in a very folk
medicine kind of way.
Yeah.
Like albulario or whatever.
Ako ang alam ko kasi yung tawa-tawa. Are you familiar with that? It's a weed. It's basically like a grass.
I'm familiar with weed.
No. No,
I've been
like,
to Amsterdam.
no, like yun nga, na it's parang this little plant
That's
that you see sa
shit.
mga
Oh, that's
yards.
exactly it. That shit gonna get you good.
Tapos, yung tawa-tawa, hindi yung version mo. Iboboil mo lang
Ganun
siya,
din
tapos like a
nangyayari. Pag
tea.
spinok mo yun, tumatawa-tawa ka. Diba?
Minsan food trip. Tapos yun ang alam ko. Tapos apparently itlog ng pugo din pala. Yun lang daw pinakain sa ano. Tapos
I've never. Or baka naman hindi kasi ganun kasama yung pag-drop ng platelets. So parang...
No, I'm sure. Hindi naman yung like crucial or critical, di ba? Pero gets, like ngayon ko lang siya
But
narinig.
who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Yeah,
I never would have. But anyway, welcome to Only Fun. His name is Chico Garcia.
And his name is Gino Killiamore.
Yeah,
and,
we've been having this conversation for a while. We completely forgot to introduce the show.
I know, right?
But yes, we are talking about something very new today. There's been a lot of buzz going on about it because, I mean, obviously, we already talked about it earlier. We're talking about the Continental. It's a prequel to the John Wick movies. So essentially, this is a story about the John Wick universe sans John Wick.
I was going to say, na wow. Like, I am so shocked / impressed na meron ng John Wick universe.
John Wick-verse.
Like, who would have thought? I'm pretty sure when they shot John Wick,
this is not what they had in mind.
Na parang they never, I'm pretty sure, no, right, best case scenario, that there would be 3 sequels and a John Wick universe.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But
and honestly,
if
Keanu hadn't asked to be killed off in the last one, it probably would have gone on some more. Because it made so much money and people were so, were really buying into the whole John Wick franchise.
But you do know na parang like even with that, they'd probably find a way to
bring him back somehow.
To continue, or I don't know. Yeah.
Or maybe get a new John Wick or what, I don't know.
Now here's the thing. The thing. Believe it or not, it's been almost 10 years since the first John Wick came out. I have never seen a single John Wick movie.
Even the first one?
Even the first one. And I'm a big Keanu Reeves fan.
How?
Like, I don't know exactly what led to me never getting the chance or maybe not deciding to watch John Wick. But I have never seen a single John Wick movie. Okay.
So you have no idea who these characters are?
No idea. So when Gina Boy here said, let's watch the Continental, I was like, okay. What's that? But okay, fine. No questions asked. Kasi pag ako rin naman na nagsusuggest na mga very me shows, hindi rin naman nag-question si ano. Hindi rin naman
ano mo tanong-tanong nood na lang ako tapos parang, "Oy, hello."
Hoy, di ba? So ako rin naman, sabi ko, G. Pagpunta ko doon sa Paramount
Prime.
Oh, is it Amazon Prime?
Prime Video.
Parizon. Ayan, Parizon. Parizon. Yeah, Amazon Prime. I was like, oh, John Wick. And I was like, crap. John Wick.
I don't know anything about John Wick.
Because I don't know anything about John Wick. And 2, you know that this is not my kind of movie, right?
There's a lot of blood in it.
Because even if I don't know, even if I haven't watched John Wick, I know what it's about. And I absolutely hate yung inaapi nila yung bida tapos it's just so unfair and they just take away everything from him. Ito nga. Wait.
Okay.
Kasi may punchline ako dito. So, hindi tayo natuloy. We were supposed to record a day before.
That day before.
Yesterday. And hindi natuloy. Sabi ko, I guess I have extra time. Why don't I watch John Wick? Okay. Ito pa. Wait. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I'll watch this. This is Keanu. This is not a hard sell.
Yeah.
Nagtaka rin ako, why have I not watched this? This is Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, and it's like a 4-movie franchise by now.
Right? And then I was like, Keanu, how can you lose? I love it already. Few minutes into the movie, puppy! I love this! How can I not love this movie. I
no!
am going to love this.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Yun na lang sasabihin ko, oh no.
Girl.
Wait, so you've never heard of anything about... Oh man. Okay, oh man. Why do you think
Why?
people hated Reek even more?
Why did I watch this movie? I was a puddle of mess after that terrible. I would go, Theon Greyjoy.
Come on, chop your dick off again.
Oh, I'm going to attach your dick so that I could
chop
chop
it
it
off
off again.
again.
Like I had no,
Oh,
like I got into the whole Game of Thrones things,
right.
got into the whole Reek thing, not knowing that there was like a connection somewhere. And that
Yeah.
was the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah.
What kind of actor slash person are you for all these creators to
Diba?
cast you in
As
such terrible roles?
terrible roles, I know. But I'm sure he's like a really nice guy. You know what I mean?
My gosh.
But yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why?
Pero
Why?
nakakatawa lang na parang you feel bad for heroes na parang ay kawawa siya, parang aping-api siya. Parang hello, John Wick is the complete opposite. Like kawawa yung mga kalaban niya. Parang,
And it's so, you know what, before we jump into the Continental, quick ano lang, review of John Wick. Maybe the other two people left on this planet who did not watch
who
it
did not
like
watch
me.
that. No.
And if I'm not a fan of like violent action films. I like action films, pero yung more of adventure action, like
Right.
Indiana Jones.
Not the
that
fight
kind of,
choreography
not
thing.
the, kasi, basta, like when it's ultra violent and it's all
Right.
saksakan, barilan, suntukan, parang I'm not a big fan usually, but I must say there is a simplicity to John Wick that na parang it's so, parang walang script, you know what I mean? Like it's so
raw.
It's so raw and it's so, well, with the exception of that unique hotel nga for assassins leading into the Continental, I was like, it's literally, ninako ko yung kotse mo, pinatay ko yung aso mo, gaganti ka ngayon sa akin. You know, it's so simple.
Yeah.
But there's such a brilliance in the simplicity of it na, kaya naman pala. You know,
keeps
that's
you watching,
why,
it keeps you,
And now, like, even though hindi ko pa rin siya type, I wouldn't be surprised if I'd watch the next 3
You should,
installments.
actually. Just well, okay. Now, jumping into the Continental or back into the Continental. So this is basically, the story revolves around Winston. So for those of you who have seen John Wick, Winston is kind of like his, at naman mentor, pero parang one of his older friends, I guess, who also has a really complicated relationship with John Wick. He basically runs the Continental in New York. And Charon is the second in command. Essentially the doorman, not doorman, the front of house.
The front desk.
Front desk guy. And they're so ingrained in the John Wick universe. So it's a nice kind of look back into like how they got there in the first place. So, and the crazy thing is they're not the biggest stars in this show. Because the biggest star is by far Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson plays essentially the villain here, who is at this time the owner of the Continental. He's the one who serves under the high table. He's the one. He's basically Winston here, pero like because Winston, while obviously he deals in this world of assassins and killing and underground mayhem, parang meron siyang set of moral principles pa rin that kind of guide him. Alam mo yung parang you still wouldn't say like, oh, he's a bad guy. Alam mo parang meron pa rin siyang code of ethics, and he's very much into the rules of the Continental. The character of Mel Gibson here is a little less hindi siya anti-hero talaga. Oh, like he's really just a villain. Alam mo yung ganun. But I gotta say, like, it's interesting how things took a turn for Mel Gibson. Now, you know how like when he started out, he really was a hero. You know what I mean? Like he in Lethal Weapon, in Braveheart. Alam mo, parang he was always the lead character, the good guy. And then as he got older, I don't know if it has anything to do with, the scandal that he was involved in, but parang he started gravitating more towards villainous roles. And I must say, it actually suits him. Parang I
Alam
remember
mo,
he was the villain in Expendables 3 ata, or something to that effect. And he did it really well. And I think he's doing a pretty bang-up job at being terrifying here. Na alam mo yung parang, hindi siya baliw, hindi siya maniacal, hindi siya like, medyo calculated pa rin siya. Pero alam mo yung kakatakutan mo siya as a villain.
Yeah, which actually feeds the theory
Mhm.
that Hollywood actors and actresses just play themselves. And it kind of feeds that. Diba? Like parang before, he was Hollywood's golden boy.
Yeah.
He kept gravitating towards the hero roles because that's how the world saw him.
Right.
And siguro dahil natikman rin niya yung being canceled, being dragged through the mud. Now when you say Mel Gibson, parang diba, like on X or whatever, there's a lot of like sniggering na like, oh, Mel Gibson, yuck. Yung may ganong ano na.
Yeah.
Siguro parang natikman rin niya how it feels to be a villain in real life.
Right. So
Kaya
now he can portray it better.
Kaya na rin niyang mag-portray ng villain with more and with, I guess, with more, what's the word for it, with more nuance na, right, diba,
na believable na siya as a villain,
the believable villain.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I kind of get that
and I like the little things that suggest that, okay, like kunwari parang Winston, the way he talks here, obviously it's not the same actor, but the way he talks here has a lot of similarities to the older Winston. And even the way he dresses up, that whole, what is that called? The parang scarf.
Cravat.
Cravat.
Mm-hmm.
And even the guy that they got to play Caron nga ba or Charon? Caron yata eh.
Oh, Caron.
So he used to be played by Lance Reddick. God bless his soul. And even the way he talks, medyo kinopya nila in this one. Now, to be completely honest, the first, because it's not a series, it's short. I don't know what they call it, but basically para siyang movies pero mini series, parang ganon. Like it's about 4, maybe 5,
3
or 3
episodes. 3 episodes na parang 1 hour and a half each.
Yeah, medyo ganon
siya. It's a weird format, to be honest. Di ba parang wala pa tayong masyado napapanood na ganyan na 3 episodes lang siya, pero it already acts like
it's a
trilogy.
Full movie.
It's like a trilogy kasi 1 hour and a half eh, di ba? And like a short movie would be an hour and a half. So, and to be honest, okay, here's the thing. When I watched the first episode, kasi so far 1 episode out lang, I haven't seen John Wick yet.
Okay.
I watched it the next day.
I want to know what
you're,
as somebody who has never seen John Wick, how did the Continental kind of hit you?
You know, it was actually, yun nga eh, without seeing a single movie of John Wick, I really enjoyed it. You know, as a standalone. I didn't get the whole, it's a hotel for assassins and there are rules. Until a bit later on.
Right, yeah.
Hindi ko
when
agad
they got the twins na and everything.
And I'm like, okay, I get it. But I must say, there would have been more of a, it's him. It's him.
If you had seen John Wick,
But I must say, this is something that I would continue watching even if I didn't watch John Wick.
Right. Okay.
Kasi maganda ano siya eh. Think, it's that Guy Ritchie flavor.
Yeah.
That Guy Ritchie school of
barrels.
Medyo ganun yung ano niya. Noong una sabi ko Quentin Tarantino, pero no, not quite. More Guy Ritchie.
Right.
Tapos very maganda yung shots na very tricky, may mga trick shots siya, very artsy. Yeah. Kasi mas guttural yung yung kay Quentin Tarantino eh. Ito more of, meron pa siyang mga artsy-fartsy stuff eh.
Quentin always makes it a point to make things look old. Alam mo yun, very 70s. For me naman, as somebody who has watched John Wick, I gotta say, I enjoyed it, but it still doesn't match to like the feeling of watching John Wick for the first time. Because I mean, obviously, I like Winston, but he's not as impressive as John Wick is. Alam mo yun, parang with John Wick kasi parang there was something about like Baba Yaga. You know what I mean? Like, just invoking his name is already something that kind of like instills fear on people and whatever. And obviously, it's kind of like seeing, kunwari, parang, you know how with Star Wars, the original trilogy, you saw Darth Vader, but you didn't really understand like why were people afraid of Darth Vader? How did he become Darth Vader? Or something to that effect. So when the prequel trilogy came out, there was that interest of like, hey, we get to find out about like Darth Vader and how he
Yeah.
became Darth Vader. With Winston kasi, parang, okay, while I thought that he was an interesting character in John Wick, like, I wasn't as invested in Winston as a character. You get it? Parang,
Mm.
because even in John Wick, he's not an assassin. Like, he's, the manager of the hotel. Alam
He's
mo
a
yun?
hotelier. Oh.
So for me, it's really more of like a deep dive into the world that John Wick is set in. And I think that for me, I'm more interested in that than Winston's backstory. And I just want to see parang how it unfolds. Kasi parang kunwari dito, in the first episode, you'll see that they're only debuting pa lang the suits with the Kevlar lining inside. Kasi diba, kay John Wick, ano na yun medyo, it's already there. Like, it's technology that already exists. Here, parang they're only starting to come into it palang. And then now, essentially the premise of the first episode is this whole, the coin press, the one that makes the gold coins that is basically the uh the legal currency that they use in the underground world. So I think for me it's more that, but they're kind of building into, like, if you watch all the way to the end of the first quote unquote episode, they're kind of building into this whole like, oh, we're a band of people getting together to overthrow the current manager of the hotel. Parang ganun yung nangyayari. But I also really want to see, because here, Caron is attached to the hotel. He's not with Winston yet. He's attached to the hotel. And I kind of want to see how that transitioned into him eventually working for Winston. Because Winston is, at least in the John Wick, it's not a quadrilogy. He's one of Winston's oldest friends. So alam mo yun, I also want to see like how that turn happened, na parang, why is he so loyal to Winston all of a sudden, diba? Parang coming from, I used to work for Mel Gibson's character. So I think for me it's more that. Now, if you're talking about action, there are really good action sequences. Still not at par for me with how John Wick was in terms of, but obviously like that's a movie, and also this is like the first episode pa lang, so I'm sure they're just building up into it. But in terms of the fight scenes, I really like the Vietnamese girls fight scenes. As in, ang ganda nung fight style niya, and it has the most pizzazz out of everyone. Because again, Winston, at least in the first episode, is not like he's not a killer by nature. He's more of a swindler / businessman. Diba? So I just want to see how that all comes together.
Alam mo, full circle ha? I didn't realize it. Nag-full circle tayo.
What do you mean? In what sense?
We started out talking about like eggs, right?
Okay.
Tapos napunta tayo ng John Wick.
Okay.
Baba Yaga. I mean, like... and we were talking about Itlog ng Pogi. I mean, like, wow. No, that was something else. Huh? Like, wow, I'm impressed.
The deepest review of the Continental that you'll ever hear is here on Only Fun. That's it.
That's right. But thank you for joining and
thank you for joining
in.
us. Please check it out. It is pretty interesting still. The Continental is available on Prime Video.
And we, are cooking up some stuff that we might be doing in the future. So watch for that.
Stuffs, madami. Stuffs, plural.
Stuffs, yeah. So hopefully...
Or stuffs. Stuffs.
Pwede rin.
Kasi plural. STUVES. Stuffs.
Pwede rin. Or staves.
But yeah. We're cooking up a bunch of new things. So, you got to watch out for that. But we'll let you know. Because while we're cooking it up, hindi pa namin alam yung ingredients. Kumbaga, dun na yung so basta, something to look out for.
Sige, let's stuff it na. Okay, so thank you for listening, and we'll see you. Bye.
Bye. Oh, of course, we want to thank our partners, the Pod Network Entertainment. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. You can check us out on social media. It's at OnlyFunPH, at Chico Garcia for him, at Gino.Killiamore for me. OnlyFunPH, right? Yeah, OnlyFunPH. Is it? It is. Yeah. Okay.
Bye.
It's a bad day. Let's just keep it at that.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.